My piece is telling the science, teaching the meditations, creating the nutrition plan, creating the sleep plan, like creating the bones and stuff of it. If you do the program and you're open to the process of it, they receive the greater part that the divine is, or science, universe, whatever you want to call it, right? God. Yes. God, Lord, Jesus,
whatever feels
Buddha,
right, whatever.
Allah, whatever is right. Energy, whatever you want to call it. But they receive something there 100% of the time.
Welcome to the Shaping Freedom podcast, where we dive into conversations that inspire personal growth, transformation, and clarity in challenging times. I'm your host, Lisane Basquiat. I'm honored, very honored, to welcome Dr. Andrea Best, a teacher, physician, chemist, nutritionist, and holistic psychiatrist, to the podcast. She's spent 3 decades redefining peak performance. She's an expert in brain health, from UCLA wards to Beverly Hills retreats. And Dr. Best unites Western and Eastern medicine, neuroscience, and ancestral wisdom to help us embody power rather than simply reduce stress. Her group workshops and retreats teach strategies for peak brain performance, executive functioning, focus, emotional intelligence, and overcoming stress to feel and function at one's highest level. A recipient of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award from President Biden.
Right. The right president.
Wow. She's here to share how aligning our brains, adrenals, and gut can transform burnout into biological momentum. And I'll also say, before we get into it, that this is the first time that we're meeting.
Yes. And
we've been kikiing for 20 minutes.
Right?
So much so that we're starting the actual broadcast part of the conversation a little bit late. But thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been fun already.
I know. We're having a blast already. And she's here in the studio at Straw Hut Media with her daughter, her beautiful daughter. Remind me of your name, sweetheart. Kara. I should know that. Her beautiful daughter, Kara, and we've been having a good time here. So I always come up with an overarching question that I like to keep in the back of my mind as we're going through the conversation. And the question that I came up with was, how can synchronizing our brain, adrenal, and gut systems empower us to transform burnout into sustained biological momentum? How do we bring those things together?
It's an understanding of how these systems are integrated, number one. Or actually, that's number 2. Number 1 is recognizing that our bodies are designed and created and already know how to do it. At a cellular, like every cell knows how to do it. It knows how to heal. They know how to integrate and work together. At an energetic level, everything is energy. So this chair is just energy, slowed down, right? That's energy slowed down. But each thought is energy. Every word, sound wave, energy. So we understand that all of this is energy, and at an electron level, you get that piece, and that our bodies are created, and we are so loved and worthy of it, right? And that we actually didn't come here to be disjointed, disconnected. We came here in purpose, right? For a purpose. We said, I want to go there. I want to have that human experience. I want to feel what it feels like to have a hug or a kiss or orgasm, or I want to taste that food, right? So we were spirit beings wanting that human experience.
That's right.
But we were told, yes, you may go. However, you're going to forget the power within you.
That's right.
And there's going to be a program running, and that program is going to tell you you are not worthy, you're not loved, you are not love at the deepest level, it is going to tell you you got to think this way, believe this way, pray this way, spend this way, vote this way in order to be worthy and valuable.
See yourself this way.
Right. See yourself in this way. And so part of the process of integrating all of this before you get to the science is the coming home to who and what I really am.
Yeah.
And I'm a divine being, never disconnected from the Creator and not disconnected from those around me, not disconnected from my purpose and my dreams. Okay. So once I know that, and like either I'm moving in fear or I'm moving in love in every single situation. And you can break that fear down into, the doctor said this, do I get, should I do this medicine for my brain? Should I do this surgery for my gut? Should I do this or that? At that intersection is where am I moving in fear or am I going to move in love? Love inside me, answers inside me, the clearing out of all the things. So what do I need to clear from my mind? What do I need to clear from my gut? What do I need to clear from my adrenals? Okay. What do I need to clear from my space? What people or energies or things do I need to clear in order for me to be in such vibrational attunement with that in me that the answer is right there. Yes, do the surgery. No, don't do the surgery. Yes, take the medicine. No, don't do the medicine. Yes, do the probiotic. Don't do the probiotic. Yes, do the adaptogen. Do the licorice adaptogen versus the green tea and the ashwagandha.
Yeah.
So that part is where I always start, the worth and value and the understanding that my body knows to do. I just need to figure out what needs to be removed, cleared. How do I need to be free? And more so, and more so, and even more so, the next expanded level of freedom to feel my best.
Yeah. It's like the ability to love, the ability to truly love comes when we're willing to get rid of all the things that stand in the way of love.
Yes.
And what you're describing, what I'm sensing and what comes up for me as you're describing is what happens when we get rid of the things that stand in the way of our willingness to be in communication with ourselves.
Yes.
So that we're attuned to those messages.
Yes.
That communication.
Yes.
That interaction with ourselves.
Yes.
I have a quick question for you before we move forward, and that's about, there's been so much talk about this concept of energy, even though it is a fact that energy's here. We're all energy, it's all energy. But there seems to be this poo-pooing of it, as if it's like some woo-woo thing. And so for those folks who are listening, who as soon as they hear energy, decide that, wait a minute, that's against everything that I've been taught or told. Help them to understand what energy, the truth in that.
Listen, the geeky scientist part of me that as a kid was creating anatomy labs in my dad's garage and going through all the encyclopedias that my mom bought the newest version every year.
Me too, Britannica.
Yes.
The green and white one.
Exactly. But then they changed to like this brown burgundy.
That's right.
So I'm aging myself, I guess. So
no, it's okay.
It is what it is, right?
It is. That's what happened.
Even then, I love the science, the why. Why is this?
Yeah.
Like, why is this? Why are my uncles at certain times in such joy when certain music comes on? Why are certain cousins in certain joy when they're painting? But yet, those same persons, their energy is, I feel something different from them at other times. Oh, That's trauma. That's my uncle who came back from Vietnam. That's my uncle who fought in that war. Those are my relatives who have experienced Jim Crow here in Virginia. Oh, these are my aunties who talk about nerve pills, right? So I can feel this from them in these instances. I feel this from them in these instances. What am I feeling in church? The pastor said this. I feel this caving in my chest when he said that. The pastor said this. That resonated in a way that was like, ooh, like the angels are dancing, the ancestors are dancing. You know, like, what's the difference there? So everyone can connect with that on some level. You can feel energy in your body.
That's right.
You feel the difference in things. Now, if I'm speaking with physicians, like I just spoke at Association Black Women Physicians Conference, if I'm speaking with them, or the Black women rocket scientists, I love talking to them. Like, I can geek out on Hertz and the science. This is hard science. So for centuries, people try to keep like science and religion like separate. And there's no separation. The Creator created all of this and created the energy.
That's right.
And we have equipment that measures the energy. Now you can measure the energy in a thought. You can have in a lab on this side of the country participants who have certain thoughts, who have their DNA in test tubes on the other side of the country. And what happens to the telomeres, the strands in the DNA, right? When they have these types of higher vibrational, hopeful, believing, trusting, enjoy thoughts versus guilt, shame. I did that wrong. No one is here for me. I'm so alone. I'm disconnected. What happens? Those telomeres shorten. That's right. And so I love talking about the science of it and showing people EEGs. Okay, when you have these types of thoughts, or let me create this visual experience for you, and then I'm gonna connect you, and I'm gonna show you what's happening. So, for instance, you're in your office, and you have 75 different things to do. Listen. Okay, you have multiple clients, you have multiple podcasts, you have to edit all these things.
Every day.
Right. Okay.
You see my energy every day.
Right. So I connect you to the leads. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are in high beta.
Yeah.
Your brain waves are in high beta. That is not the space that you are your most creative.
Nope.
That's not the space where you're going to receive the downloads from spirit or whatever of the next step, or we were talking beforehand, you want to go to a particular place, okay, next month. You're like, I got to figure out the how. So your part, I would suggest, is the feeling state of how wonderful it's going to be there. Yeah. Walking around, how does it look? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? What are you touching? Those types of things. That takes you out of high beta, brainwave, brings you down regular beta, and then alpha brain waves. So if you can, don't go to sleep, don't go into delta, but go into theta, even get a download from gamma, the how comes to you. It either comes to you in thoughts or that energy of it that is connecting all of us, and the universe is orchestrating things for all of us, brings it to you.
That's right.
So you can call it faith. I love to call it faith. I love to call it faith. I love to give it its, give credit where credit is due. So that part is that's the sweet spotting, if you will. Okay, getting out of the high beta into the space where you get the download. It is energy. I can show you on EEG how your brainwaves just changed.
Yeah.
We could hook you up over a 24-hour period and then note when the epiphany came, when the information came, when the call came, or someone invited you and said, they have a house there.
That's right.
Right? And then the brainwaves when you call me and be like, Andrea, oh, the house looks like the one in my mind, right?
That
Like
has
this.
actually happened. That's a true story.
So, right, we just met. So people of faith who are concerned about woo-woo or energy, or super scientific people who are concerned about magic or woo-woo, whatever, I can explain the science. I can dissect and discuss with you past experiences that you've had and point out to you what happened in terms of the science. So I can talk to you about a given day from the time you wake up, scientifically, like energetically, what's happening, chemically, what's happening in your body, in your brain, in your adrenals, in your gut, and the things to do in the clearing process from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, using scientific language and talking about the Hertz energy in the sun, or faith language, whether it is Christian in my space, someone Jewish in the space, Buddhist, Hindu, atheist, etc. There's language that is integrating, not disconnecting.
That's right.
So part of the program and the lie is we're disconnected and we're talking about different things. We are not.
But we're not at all. Even, I with the brainwaves, I'm a practitioner of theta healing, right? And you have to be very intentional, for me, I'm best when I'm very intentional about the energy that I'm in, right? So like you said, beta is like the things, the doing, the things. In this space, it's kind of theta. It's maybe like alpha theta, right? Because it's a different, it feels different for me, or I'm in a different state. Will you walk through for people what those different brainwave states are?
Sure.
And how they can actually use them and hone them for their own well-being?
So high beta brainwaves, that's when we're in doing and super stressed about it. That's not the enjoyable work. That's I think I'm overwhelmed. I think I'm doing too much. I think
doing way too much.
Doing way too much. And as a result, I'm not at my creative best. And I'm not enjoying the fruit. Like I can't even enjoy the fruits of the labor because I'm in the doing so much. And my adrenals, the two organs that sit on our kidneys in the lower back, are pushing out so much cortisol, stress hormone, through my body that's causing cytokines and inflammation, slowing the blood over my brain, okay, causing inflammation and weight and pain and aches through my body, disrupting more hormones, right? So high beta is not where we want to be. Regular beta, okay, is where with work, whether you're working in industry or working in your home or you're entrepreneur, corporate, it doesn't matter. So that's the doing brain waves. And regular beta is where if you're not up in that stress mode, the adrenals are not pushing out cortisol, stress hormone, the brain vagus nerve to the gut in alignment. Things are working well. All the cells are doing what they know to do, right? So you're in alignment. For relaxing, and what we were doing with meditation is to go into alpha. Alpha is a more, people call it like a dreamlike state. Okay, whether you're lucid dreaming or, it's not dreaming asleep, because delta waves when you're going to sleep. But alpha is where you want to, when we're doing any breath work, meditation, to put us into alpha so that we get more in receiving mode and flowing mode and creative mode, where the answers begin to come. But it's the relaxing of the system too, relaxing of the adrenals, relaxing of the gut, where the lymph is being drained better. So physically, an alpha mode is like right before you're going to sleep, or when we're in meditation and quieting the mind, be still and know that I am.
Is that why when people go for a walk, when they're feeling very stressed and then decide to go hit the street and go for a
Yes.
walk, is that the reason why all of a sudden all your thoughts and ideas start coming to you?
Yes.
Something
Or
that you've been
drive.
fixated on just opens up, or driving.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll drive up the Central Coast or drive to Santa Barbara. And often, I probably shouldn't admit this, but I don't remember the drive.
Right.
So I will, thankful for my driving angels and all the protection,
I mean, you're doing
everything
it.
around me, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing it. And I've never had any accidents, but I don't remember the drive.
Right.
I'm in such flow. I'm receiving, and I'm not forcing it. I'll get something about work related. I'll get something about, I'll connect with my son on this, connect with my daughter on this, connect with my friend on this, or, so the next edit for the book should be this, or, so when we go back to Costa Rica, I want to edit this part. When I go to Greece, I want to edit. It's just the flowing, and it feels good. It feels good. But it's also, I'm in alpha, when I get in the water. So everyone has a different thing. So you can, let's say you don't have a lot of time, but you can go outdoors and sit on the grass and get some sunshine. If you have 2 minutes, but you can't go outdoors, but can you dim the lights in your space?
Right.
And practice the breath work? And there's hundreds of different ways to do it, but doing it slowly and doing it where like nothing is kinked, okay? And doing it inhaling through your nose at count of 3, holding it and exhaling to count of 4, or reducing those numbers if it's like, if you're pressed to try to get it. That takes you from high beta down to beta. So just doing it for 2 minutes in between patients is what I was talking to the physicians about. Okay. So clearing out the stress of like the last patient and what the calls that you're getting as well. So those types of interventions. But if you're at home and you're not at work, it's figuring out, okay, what type of foods help me? Okay. And so eating meditations, walking meditations. For me, my body really responds to water. If I can get in the bathtub, if I'm struggling with something, if I can get in the bathtub, and especially if I'm feeling any type of tickle in my throat, okay? If I'm getting a tickle or I'm feeling off, like I might have been, might get sick, any type of viral, anything, then 2 things. I know, okay, this is stress. That cortisol, cytokines, inflammation have impacted my immune system, okay? And my cells know what to do. And at 56, I know what my body needs as soon as possible. Immersion in hot water.
That's right.
So hot bath, infrared sauna, as quickly as possible. And just or my infrared sauna blanket down and allowing it to do what it does. And within hours, that and alkaline water, I have changed my brain waves, my cells are now back integrated. It's sort of like rebooting the system, okay? And then that stress part, well, what got me like to that place right there?
And now you can actually, you can do that assessment now.
Now I can do it.
Because now you've gathered yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right? So the theta work is, that's phenomenal. Like I'm looking forward to reading more about what you're doing with it. On my retreats or the workshops, we will do like the different practices for months, like 90 days before we even go on the trip.
To prepare.
To prepare. Because I realized when, so different periods in my life where something traumatic happened, and I would go away to Costa Rica or Peru or somewhere, right? Or I was like, okay, I've done therapy. I've done like I run all the time.
Yeah.
I eat well. I'm a nutritionist. I know the herbs, the teas, the this. Why am I feeling this way? Why? Well, I'm spirit in this human body.
That's
so
right.
I'm having a
There's
human
more to it.
experience. So I'm going to have an experience to this and divorce. I'm going to have an experience like to losing a child, to these types of things. I'm
Right.
going to have this experience.
Right.
So, but I don't want to stay in that too long because I have a lot to do. I have kids to take care of then, you know?
Yeah.
Before they were grown. So I'm like, how do I quickly? But I teach the stuff, like teach it to medical students, residents, nurse practitioners, healers. I fly around the world and get it from healers all over the globe. But in a space of trauma and stress and whatever, I couldn't access it. So the driving away and being in quiet, knowing when I needed connectivity and love around me, and like my girlfriends or family, or when I needed to be alone in order to do these processes.
Yeah.
And being able to, in a moment to moment, like not plan out everything, but moment to moment, what am I feeling in my body? What are the thoughts I'm having? And then sort of reframing, calibrating, and clearing out as much as possible so that I could know my next guided step.
That's right.
So people will come and they'll say, well, what advice do you have for me? Like, what I'm teaching is a clearing out process for you to have the freedom within your body to get all the intel that you need. So everything with the brain optimization is for you to be your clearest, most alert, focused, executive planning intact, creativity intact, your gut to absorb all the great stuff we're putting in it, and to know the supplements and the things that help the gut lining and decrease the bad bacteria or the mycotoxins from crops and things, and from the adrenals for the adaptogens to calm them so they're not pushing out so much cortisol, right? But all of that is to help you to get here
So that you can
know,
yeah,
oh, I need to go take a walk. Oh, I need to go take a drive. Or, oh, I need to get in water. Or, oh, I need to go running. Or, oh, I need more connectivity and hugs and love or sex or whatever. Or I need more this. I can't tell you what you need. I can tell you the science of things to clear out from here to there so that you receive what you divinely are worthy of receiving.
Yeah. Hey, it's Lisane. I created Protect Your Peace, a boundaries and accountability workshop, because I know what it's like to feel stretched too thin and how it feels when you're saying yes to everyone else, but feel like you're disappearing in the process. This workshop is your invitation to pause and to come back to you. In just 2 hours, you'll learn how to set boundaries that reflect your values, protect your energy, and strengthen your voice unapologetically. You'll also learn how to hold yourself accountable in a way that builds self-trust and momentum, not burnout. This is the kind of space I wish I had when I was deep in the cycle of over-responsibility and simply just doing too much. So I created it for you. Join me for Protect Your Peace, live or on demand, and walk away with tools you can use immediately to get back in alignment. Click the link in the show notes to register. You deserve to protect your peace and your power. You mentioned eating meditation. What is that?
So eating meditation and being intentional, and I'm not telling you like be a vegan, be a vegetarian, like again, the divine. And when you're tapped into that, maybe like you should do keto for, a couple of weeks,
Eat
or this or this,
eat cucumbers or whatever.
Right. But once you have that, or on the the way to it. It is being mindful. It's sitting down with the food that's been prepared for you and being thankful for and thinking about it, like from the very beginning, where each piece that food came from. The crop, the soil, the person who planted the seed, the sunshine on it, the divine energy that went into it, and all of the loving parts that got it to here. And a space of such tremendous gratitude for it. All the cells perk up. The brain waves are here. The telomeres on our DNA lengthening, which is just epigenetics, right? People are like, epigenetics, energy. I'm like, you just break it down to the smallest level of science and understand what that is. All of this is a clearing of even ancestral and past stuff in our DNA. Okay? So this is for which parts of my body. Even if I don't know, I'm imagining all of my cells are happy and dancing, preparing for it. The enzymes in my mouth are preparing for it. And they know. They can smell it. I see it, they smell it. I haven't even put it in my mouth. And the enzymes know, like, whether we need amylase, lipase, or protein for this, right? Same with my gut. And then the process of the eating and the gratitude in it, the eating so slowly, and the process of it, and the digestion is happening for me. The bad bacteria is doing this. The good bacteria is balancing. My vagus nerve is responding. My adrenals are calm. My fight or flight is not doing this because I have big chunks that of food that I'm eating fast while I'm thinking about work and thinking about this and thinking about this and thinking about this. The last thing I want, particularly at this age where metabolism is slowing, the gut lining is not as thick, right? Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, everything is changing. The last thing I need when I'm eating is to be stressed out,
right?
Because everything is going to be off. The bloating is going to be there, the aches and pains, the disrupted sleep, the brain fog, the being easily annoyed, irritated by things, and the non-enjoyment of things that that I should be enjoying. All of it is just getting exacerbated.
Wow.
So even slowing down and cutting it up, like, just if you can remember, just cut the pieces up a little bit more, or eat slower, sip slower. So the body is not thinking there's danger, trying to gulp these big pieces of good deliciousness.
Because the body's like, okay, something must be wrong.
What is off?
Right?
Yeah. And I'm pairing it with work and bad thoughts, and I'm in high beta.
Yeah.
And eating big chunks and eating fast. So scientifically, what's happening in my body is moving me in a direction that doesn't feel good, doesn't look good, does not move me more creative energy or anything.
Yeah.
So it's just a wonderful opportunity to align and taste the wonderful food that we have been blessed to receive.
Yes.
And get all that good energy.
That's
absorb the nutrients from it.
We need it. We need it and we want it.
Yes.
You created a framework, the BAG framework. Will you tell us about that? I know you've been talking about it, but let's, what is that?
So the BAG framework, co-created, right? So giving credit where it's due. I'm brain, adrenals, gut. In medical school, you learn all the systems. Okay, I loved every single specialty. I considered every single specialty. However, before even going, I was a chemist and nutritionist that worked with the EPA, and I knew I wanted to do like mind, body, spirit medicine. I wrote it in my essays to get in medical school, but then you get into medical school and everything is trying to sort of put you in a box.
Okay.
You're going to be an OBGYN and you're only going to do babies and women's health. OBGYNs know a whole lot about a whole lot of things, right? So it's attempting to compartmentalize, and that's the problem that Western medicine has had, that we are slowly but surely coming out of. Now, when I was in medical school, the brain, the endocrine system, and the digestive system were the systems that were my favorites. Okay. And I believe also because of like all of my nutrition classes beforehand and chemistry classes are all pointing to them and making, or I don't know, maybe it was just divine, but for me, it was very clear. This is sort of where I'm going. But no one then really understood what I was talking about. There was not an integrative medicine specialty. And so I just trained in a number of different things. So general medicine, adult psychiatry, child and adolescent psychiatry, women's medicine, addiction medicine, then functional medicine, the integrative medicine, and put them together. But even with all of that, what my mind still is drawn to, and what I love to talk about, you're talking to my daughter about like that breadcrumb, like what really lights you up. I realized when I talk about anything related to the brain, anything related to the adrenals, the endocrine system, hormone systems, the gut system, I light up.
You're lit up right now.
And
as soon as we got into the conversation about it, I could say, it's the importance of doing what you love, leaning into what you love, right. Because as soon as you started this conversation, your entire being is in it.
So, Lisane, let me just say, that's not so wonderful when you're on a date, right? or in certain situations.
It's wonderful when you're on a date with the right person.
Yes.
Thank
you for that reframe. Yes. So, right. It's not, so it's managing the excitement and wanting to geek out about it so much. But that is, so when I began with like every single patient I had talking about, here are the things I want you to do. Like no matter what they came in with, I was creating a brain component, an adrenal component, and a gut component. And when I realized the things that I'm teaching and the med students, residents, what they have the most questions about for themselves personally. Brain, adrenals, gut. When I had people coming in, whether they were coming in or depression, anxiety, energy issues, sleep issues, sexual issues, focusing issues, executive planning issues, whether it was an individual or whether I was speaking with executives from Google or Microsoft, or whether I was on a retreat with an individual, a couple, or a group. I'm answering the same questions and I'm going over the same things. And I realized, okay, I've been gifted with this system, this framework, this way of teaching the connections, and I'm gifted with the language for a corporate setting for them to get it and to understand how this impacts their bottom line, their profits, their money, the health of their employees or themselves, whether it's third grade students in a Zoom, all of the third graders in a school district in North Carolina. They got them on a Zoom, and I did the breath work and then did this component. They were like, nope, we got to put the hyper kids in the front and position the teachers beside them. This is not gonna work, and blah, blah, blah. And fortunately, my former professor, Dr. Wandra Hill, who was a force, she's like, it's gonna work, I assure you. And she was right. Those kids, like, I don't know how many hundreds of classes they were on that Zoom. Those kids were locked in.
That's beautiful that they were willing to do that.
Beautiful. So no matter the individual, couple, group, corporate, creative, artist, It's the same system with different language that makes it relatable and appropriate for them to get the most out of it. And it is not, it is, for a long time, you know, I think out of humility and also recognizing like God gives it, you know, God blessed me with the desire and the intelligence or whatever it is to get to med school, to enjoy it, to thrive, to do it, to be in medicine and love it, and but to never ever feel like it's enough, and to constantly want to fly around and speak with this healer in China, or this healer in the Bahamas, or this healer, all forms of healers, and to never ever reject what is coming from people for us, but to examine it, and through my sort of my analytical mind as well as this faith core that is me, just sort of discerning and sort of figuring stuff out. So the co-creation of it is in the bag system is what I use now, and I proudly talk about it. It's just a combination of Western medicine, Eastern medicine ideals, nutrition, herbs, teas, broths, tinctures, various types of meditations, various forms of movement, a sleep hygiene program, nutrition program. And it may seem like a whole lot, but once I know who's in front of me and what they think is they're presenting concern, because people always think it's this, but then once you start doing the work, it's expanded out.
Yeah.
And they receive the greater part that the divine is, or science, universe, whatever you want to call it, right? God. Yes. God, Lord, Jesus,
whatever feels
Buddha,
right, whatever.
Allah, whatever is right, energy, whatever you want to call it. But they receive something there 100% of the time. And I can say that because it's not me. If you're relying on just me, that's different.
Right.
But if you do the program and you're open to the process of it, and you're doing this nutrition plan that I created for you based on reviewing your labs, reviewing your physical, or ordering these labs or ordering these things, right? Created this for you. You do it 100% of the time. Because my piece is this part right here. The divine God flows in and does all of it. All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it. My piece is telling the science, teaching the meditations, creating the nutrition plan, creating the sleep plan, like creating the bones and stuff of it. So the clearing out, but also the opening up the space, right? For the receiving. So that's why that's where the magic is. And that's why it's like not long term, and you're not supposed to be in here with me that long, or you don't need to keep doing the retreats, or or you don't have to go to Costa Rica to do the retreats. You do it here, right?
Yeah. How does someone know that their bag system is out of whack?
You do not feel yourself. You feel off. So you know what I mean? You do not feel yourself.
Yeah.
So our self is supposed to be energized and juicy and happy and excited about this day, waking up like, ooh, what surprises are for me to this day, right? Look what I get to do.
Yeah.
Even in cases where, so I was talking about how like there are different points in my life I experienced certain traumas, things that happen, and I needed to sort of do my own program or release enough to remember my program and do it and let it work. There have been times, I remember being in the south of France, looking out over the Mediterranean Sea, and everything in my life was outstanding. From like the outside, everything. My health, my money, my career,
Mm-hmm.
my family, there was not anything bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt off.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to going, I had checked all my labs. I didn't rely on just doing it myself. You know, I met with a primary doc, I met with a therapist. I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was not myself.
Mm-hmm.
So even though all those things were going beautifully, I was not in alignment with career. I was doing it a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I had children, and I felt like, okay, out of fear, I was like, I got to do it this sort of way
Mm-hmm.
that the establishment says
I get that.
I got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was doing that, going into an office every day, had built it to having multiple offices.
Mm-hmm.
So offices in Studio City as well, Valencia, Santa Monica. I'm like, okay, the money is flowing in. I'm making more money than any non-surgeon
Mm-hmm.
I know, and more than some surgeons. I am buying properties for my generational wealth and legacy for my kids. I am running. I'm swimming in the Mediterranean. I am doing yoga.
Beautiful life.
Beautiful life.
Yeah.
Right? I am doing these things for my parents that they will allow and accept, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a number of things were off.
Mm-hmm.
One, there was something off in my marriage. And I couldn't understand it. I was asking questions, and he was like, stop asking these questions.
Okay.
Everything is okay. Something was off in my family, in my extended family.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been asking questions about that since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, stop asking these questions. Like, why do you keep asking? That's not the issue. What is going on with you? So 3 things came to a head around the same time when it was after that trip. It's like, okay. And it took some time, but not everybody has to do plant medicine, ayahuasca, and all these things or whatever, but I was in such a space of like, I can't figure this out. And there's no therapist or doctor who can figure this out.
Yeah. This is deeper.
Mm-hmm. And I meditate, I'm doing this, but something is like, there's like a wall or something that is preventing me from even going deeper and tapping in more. And I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God, please let me, like, whatever I'm doing,
help me out here.
Help me. I will remove, at the point where I was like, God, you can take any and all away. I know you would never take my children. I know you would never harm them because you love them and delight in them, and they're a gift. And I know they're a gift because of the way I received them after 2 miscarriages. And on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but even that, I'm like, God, I'm gonna have to bend to your will, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay, you ready now? And all the answers came in that had been withheld for 40-some years. I'm in 17 years of a marriage. And my career, where I was like, God, I felt it to my soul. God was like, that's not what I asked you to do. I blessed you with all to create and do that. That's not what I asked you to do. Out of fear, I was not in alignment.
Yeah.
So I came back from a particular trip and said, that was life-changing. I changed the way I was parenting. I changed the way I was loving. I closed multiple medical offices. A marriage ended. I stopped having discussions with people about the Bible or any religious text that I was reading, or whether yoga was this or that, or whether woo-wah was not of God. Or I stopped having all of those conversations and said, I'm going to move in alignment with what I came here to do. And I'm going to be taken care of.
That's right.
Well, the forces came against.
Because that's the labor of the birth.
Right.
That's the labor.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and throughout the process, I was like, okay, God, I'm fine. Okay, my daughter's fine, my son fine. I'm checking in with them. Okay, having like trying to do one-on-ones with them every week, and my son's like, "Wow, we are doing this." My daughter's like, "Yay, we're gonna do our breath work on the floor in the living room." He's like, "Wow, wow, wow,
I love this.
right?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna go and do this martial arts, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go and I'm like, okay, downsize the house, lost the houses, or houses went from here to there because there's no loss, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the divine mind. All of it. It's like, God, you created, you gave it all to me. I still get to talk about the things that you've blessed me with. I'm still teaching brain, adrenal, gut connection.
That's right.
I'm still using it for myself every day. I'm still teaching it with my kids. I'm still making their broths and their teas. We are still eating like this. We are going to do this. I'm talking to them differently, though.
Right.
I'm telling them about the program. I'm telling them about truth.
You're giving
inside.
them nutrients. You're giving them nutrients that are outside of just food.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, hold it. What's going on? We were living in that neighborhood, overlooking all of that, going to those schools, doing this, and now we're living in a townhome, and you're driving a Prius. I'm like, I love my Prius. I'm getting all over the place with my Prius. And you're living in a townhome, but guess what? We're going to Paris, and then we're going to Rome, and you're going to continue to take your chess classes, and you're going to continue to do piano, and you're going to continue to do this, you're going to continue to do that, because those are the things I want you to continue to be exposed to. You're going to continue to do your art, which I didn't even know both of those kids were crazy artists. And then all of a sudden, their art teachers are like, because now, like, even they are figuring out, like, what lights them up and what helps them to feel better.
That's the thing that I want those who are listening to really hear in this story. And that is that when you make the decision to take action on something's not right, when you, as a parent, make a decision to turn back to yourself, to see what's really going on, when you decide to have the courage to look, to see what's really going on, and then take action on that physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, what happens is you start to change and shift. Dr. Bess can give you the scientific part of it, right? You change, shift, things get reprogrammed, pathways adjust. And here's what really happens. Your children become the benefactors of that work that you're willing to do, so that their children don't even know anything about that, because it has been released from your legacy. And I'm saying that because I know that's not an easy process. It's not easy. No. Simple, but it's not easy. It's not easy to look at your life and say, something ain't right here. And then to go and follow the path of course correction and figuring things out and bringing some things to completion and creating new things and maintaining other things differently. That is not unpopular opinion. It's not a two-step thing. It takes time. It takes work. It takes conversation. It takes communication with yourself and with other people. But on the other side of that, deep self,
like
sometimes painful,
like inner being, self,
in there,
true
like
self, God connected.
Who am I? Right. And what's the delta between who I am, who I was created to be, and where I am today?
Absolutely. That
and
part.
That's the pain. That's the pain. That's the offness. That's the discomfort that your life is conspiring to show you and reflect back to you. But when you're willing to actually do something about it, everything changes.
Just trust.
Just trust.
Yeah. You will not be alone.
Yeah.
You will not be alone.
Yeah.
And the things that need to be released will be released.
That's
but you will gain.
Right.
You will
and completion
gain.
Is not always, completion isn't always, isn't negative. It just is. Things have to come to completion sometimes. All right, can we talk a moment about setting the vibe? If you're anything like me, your space needs to feel good in order for you to feel good. And that's why I created the Shaping Freedom line of candles. It's not just about ambiance, but really about how you align yourself internally. These are more than just candles. They shift your energy. Whether you're journaling, meditating, working out, or just taking a moment for yourself, these scents are curated to ground you, lift you up, and bring you back home to yourself. They also have an 80-hour burn time and scents that are designed to evoke feelings of alignment and internal congruency. And we can all use that. Go to shop.shapingfreedom.com and check them out. Find the one that speaks to your spirit, or buy all 4, and let them burn with intention. There's so many similarities in our lives, and I won't, because of time, I won't get too deep into it. But what I will say is this: I went through a divorce and had to have some conversations with my children and all of that. A 17-year marriage, by the way. And similar set of circumstances of like, I don't recognize myself. I don't like what I see in myself, right? And had to make some decisions. And it was very painful and not easy. It didn't feel easy to shift my whole life. And the process of divorce is just not fun, right?
Right.
All of it. And this is a long time ago. But what happened is sometimes we try to protect the people around us, or sometimes we try to protect our own kind of cozy made up life so much that you don't even recognize who you are. You're so removed that you're looking at characters on a stage doing things. But once you're willing to get in there and shift and move things around and have those conversations, what your children get to witness and what the people around you who love you get to witness, and even people that maybe you can't be in relationship with in that same way, they get to witness how you're able to navigate, and they take something from that.
Yes.
They learn something from that, because you're modeling versus chastising, telling, preaching.
Exactly.
You're modeling it. And that's the beauty that I'm hearing in your story, because you're having a human experience.
Yes. And embracing all the parts of me.
That's right.
I'm not denying any of these parts of me.
Yeah.
I am geeky. I am loving and kind, but I can be a little edgy, and I definitely am not this sort of super religious, sort of boxy person here who dresses this way, acts this way, is not sexual, blah, blah, blah. So I embrace the sexual feminine parts of me. I embrace the masculine. I embrace the mixes. I embrace all the complex parts of me and my selves that are dancing now in joy, that I don't have to be, do, act, talk any kind of way for anybody. I get to be my authentic self and enjoy and just keep on having as much fun as I want to.
Wow.
And everything was just multiplied.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Like thankful in it. As bad as it was for my kids to go from like not even hearing parents argue to like the next day their whole life is.
That's right.
But at every point I was equipping them. Now I'm teaching them the breath work even more and thought reframing, right? And meditations, and we're active, we're doing more things together. I'm out of all of those offices, so I can cook breakfast for my kids and I can pick them up and I can do this and we can do these things together.
And it's looking at what you've learned from that. Even for children that experience it. It's because living in a household, whether there is overt arguing and carrying on or covert tension, it's still there. It's energy. Whatever the thing is, it's still there. And allowing a family to be released from that is a very healing and healthy dose of medicine. And we all learn things. I know for me, what we found is that we really shouldn't have been together. And that's not the story of everybody, but in our situation,
that was mine.
You know, great human being, I'm a great human being, we just were not. And so the lesson for my children was, this really is, it truly is one of the most important decisions you're going to make in your life. Give it the time, the priority, the energy, the thought, the assessment, the patience.
Yes.
That a decision of this magnitude really deserves. Don't jump into things because you just want to fix something. Don't jump into things because it's time to be in a relationship. Don't jump into things because you're lonely or because all your friends are in relationships. Right. Those are all fear-driven
things.
Yeah. Learn how to be with yourself and to be in healthy relationship with yourself. So that your decisions are coming from that place.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's okay to think deeply. It's okay to take your time. As my kids got older, and I've talked to them about everything, but certain things, certainly have talked to them about, like, I was 23 when I got married. He was 26. And I got married because I was afraid if I had sex, I was going to go to hell.
Well, there you go.
So it was that religious programming, and he got married because all of his friends had gotten married, and just like they all bought homes, he bought a home. So they all graduated from their HBCUs. They all were working for IBM together. They were all great people. These men, they were all buying the same car, townhomes, and getting married. And he was the last one. So they were like, yo, like,
you gotta get up in here.
Like, she's a future doctor. What's the problem?
Yeah.
And neither one of us were the type of people who were like, ooh, when we gonna get married. And, I wasn't even thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So fear had two people who could have just remained awesome friends. And my fear also was, I'm about to go to medical school. How am I going to date? Who am I going to meet while I am studying all the time. I'm like, I
Right.
know there are some women
Right.
who have the brain power and all the superpowers and the wherewithal
Yeah.
to be able to go to medical school and date and, have a
Mhm.
husband and have kids. But I was like, no, that's not me.
Mhm.
So I know how I study. I know how I have to immerse in it. And I know how I have to get it
Yeah.
and keep going over it until it clicks.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was doing something different than what was what was being done in medical school. So
Yeah.
I get married out of fear,
Mhm.
and we have two wonderful children,
Mhm.
grown children,
Yeah.
right? Who my son just graduated from USC in architecture.
Good for him.
Crazy artist. We didn't even know until they were going through the divorce. And instead of my 6'5" son wanting to go to basketball practice, he started saying he didn't want to do that, or he didn't want to go to soccer. He just wanted to be alone. So he is sketching and doing stuff. I had no idea.
Mm.
No idea. My daughter, she becomes an activist, and she's on a bullhorn talking about all kinds of things in City Hall and being interviewed, by Lester Holt, and like all these things that come out of it.
Right.
Like their true selves
That's right.
are coming up and out.
Because their mother was willing to step into her true self. And I'm sure their father was able to step into
On his own, without me there.
in his own situation.
Exactly.
That's the beautiful thing
Exactly.
about it.
Everybody gets to come up.
Yeah. I will ask you this.
Mhm.
Well, first of all, two things. How does it feel to get the Lifetime Achievement Award?
So I love that it is for service.
Mm-hmm.
It's for service.
Mm-hmm.
From being a little kid, my mom was always involved in community service. So I can't remember a time I wasn't volunteering at either orphanage in Petersburg, Virginia, or convalescent homes, or shelters or food banks with my mom, like growing up. So she wasn't just a woman in the church doing church stuff. She was a woman who had gone through her own traumas in life and was like, I'm here to be a servant. And she continues to do it. So that was in me. And when I went away to college, I was doing it. And when I went to medical school, I was still doing it and mentoring. But even more so when I got into a position where I could be invited into spaces and where people are impressed by a title like MD, so people are, whatever, impressed by these titles. Oh, we have a physician coming, and she's gonna talk to us about you too can, have your dreams and this, that, and the other. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna talk about some on a deeper level, okay? And such that everybody comes out of the space feeling better with some tools on like how to recognize this and how's anxiety show in the body and what tools, breath, and this. So from that intention and accepting invitations, and then just larger levels, being invited around the world to go in and talk to any villages, people, kids, elderly, those displaced, shelters all around LA, going to farms and talking to people there about food and food as medicine, and doing so, like not charging folks, like just saying, what's your intention?
Spreading,
just really connecting with like, okay, why you want me there? Are we a like heart and mind in this venture? Okay. So, because I want to be authentic, working with someone else authentic, and not any sort of political agendas or other type of agendas. And I just let that. So I didn't apply for that award. I didn't even know that award existed. I didn't even know that I received the award. And then I got a call from my cousin, and she was talking about like the ceremony and some different things. And something happened in the world, and so they didn't have that particular ceremony. But I'm like, what is it? And why are they giving it to me? Because in my mind, I'm just doing what I was created and what I get to do and what feels good and what lights me up. And if I have the time, then why not?
Yeah.
People they create the space, they set the intention. Does that sound like my
It's in
space?
alignment. Yeah.
And I can actually come in and bring something into it, and it's a good use of everybody's time, I'm there. So what I didn't realize though is sort of the volume
Mm.
and the hour, and that people were paying attention, because I'm not, like we were talking about social media thing before this. It's like, okay, as long as people know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and word of mouth, people know how to find me. Like next year will be 30 years of practice in medicine, 25 years of doing workshops and retreats. I haven't had to advertise or whatever.
Yeah.
The people find me. I'm like, okay, and I'm good. So I've been posting and showing, and so I didn't even have an idea of like all of it.
I'm so
I
happy
just
for you for that.
next guided step. And so it was cool. But you know what, really, I love it, and I love that it's there, like the medal for my kids to see, and the award for my kids to see, and that it's service.
Do you love it for you?
I don't really need it.
Not
Like
that you need
like
it.
for me,
You don't need your necklace, but you know,
right?
you don't have to need it.
Right. I like it. Like other things, there are other things that I love
Yeah. Okay.
that light me up.
Okay.
Plenty of, like a whole list of lots of things that
And
I
I mean,
love
less
that
the
light me up.
award, less the award, and more what the award signifies
That
about
part.
the work that you've done
That
and the
part.
way that you have
I do
shown
love
up in the
that.
world. That's my question.
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
Love that part. I
Okay.
love that service is recognized. I love that what I do makes a difference.
Okay.
Like we all want to make a difference, right? Make a difference. But I love that at a good cellular, energetic,
Okay.
genetic level, what I do
Yeah.
changes lives, affects lives, right? It's not about prescribing or not prescribing. Yes, I can give you a prescription for this, but I can also write on the prescription, go buy some 3-inch red stilettos, go stay in a hotel, get away from your kids.
Yeah.
Like, which is what I did when I was writing paper prescriptions, depending on what people were coming in and dealing with, like from the very beginning. Like, this is not just this.
Yeah.
So I love that I love what I get to do. And I love that. And what I get now, though, with social media, because before I thought, okay, it's just bragging. And that wasn't resonating well.
Okay.
Part of me felt like, okay, if I brag about it, then the gift will not be there. I know it's weird, because what was happening, what I recognized in my offices is, if I, sort of like as a kid, I didn't know the word meditation. I didn't know breath work, those words. But by 9, I knew if I got quiet enough, and if there were certain things I would do with my mind, I could clear and receive answers. Like don't call, don't do that, don't, that was, and it's not here, I wasn't hearing a voice, but it was connecting with God and hearing from, and tapping into what I'm teaching now very early. So I knew it was there. And as a physician, I was tapping into it. Like I was tapping into it in classes, like on exams, like, okay, whether it was geometry and this proof, was like, okay, quiet my mind, breathe. And then it would just, all of it would come to me. And I'm turning in geometry tests and trig tests before anybody else and getting 100%. In med school, if I could like handle the stress and the breath with the breath work and some of the other things, I could receive it.
That's the performance that you talk about in practice, it seems. Is it?
Right. And then with patience, like the sitting there and having enough time with them to listen. Like, so not being on insurance panels, not working for Kaiser anymore, not working for anybody, but doing it myself, where I had the time, like I could do my program, right? I could do medicine the way God has gifted me to do it, with other gifts that God has given me to be able to quiet my mind and receive the answer of what the treatment plan should be for the person across the desk from me.
Yes.
To sometimes being like, love, this is not a prescription. And this is even 10, 15 years before I even experienced the own thing in my own marriage. Being able to ask this question. Like, I was using my prescription pad and writing stuff I was receiving from spirit on it and giving to people.
That's a different kind of medicine.
In one office in a community that is predominantly white, conservative, like now Trump, a Black woman in the space, and my practice just, and then another office, and another, and it's not me. So I recognize social media is not about me bragging about those things.
No.
Me communicating the things I know, the blessings, the gifts, even the things that I get to do, the places I get to fly and retreats I get to do, and how the experiences I get to, create for people or my kids or whatever. It's not bragging.
No.
It is me communicating what the divine does.
It's gratitude.
It is. It is.
It's gratitude.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a sense of gratitude every moment.
It is.
Every moment.
How can we support you?
Okay. Your prayers and loving positive energy toward me. September, I am giving away all kinds of stuff except for furniture, heirlooms, and art and some things from I've collected over the years, and my kids, some of their stuff. But a lot of stuff, I'm in a deep letting go. My daughter is off to college in her second year and is thriving doing her thing. My son has graduated and is with an architecture firm. No one is needing me to stay in the space. Majority of my patients, like all of my patients, are online, like telehealth. Sometimes, so I have the office in Beverly Hills. I love it, but I love it because of all of the color, the Black women, nurse practitioners and therapists and Dr. Collins, all of that in there. It feels like family, and that's what I don't have here on the West Coast. But starting September, I am driving across the country.
Okay.
And I am meeting with different healers and I guess influencers, what people call healers, influencers, people in the wellness space.
Okay.
Dotting across the country.
Wow.
And I'm taking my time. And once I get on the East Coast, I'm doing some 30-day stints in different cities and doing some workshops that are very intentional in this work. Okay. So I don't have as many retreats. I already did Costa Rica this year. I already did Puerto Vallarta. I go to Thailand next year and do that in April, Barbados mid-year, and Ghana this December.
Okay.
But I am resetting.
Okay.
And excited about like this next phase. Like before the retreats, I would create the retreat, the place, get the destination, okay, and then set up the workshops for the video calls for 3 months ahead of time. So we're doing all the nutrition,
Getting ready.
all of that, right? And then have the retreat in Costa Rica or wherever, and then the post-retreat wrap up, for that dark night of the soul, right? The months after. Now, I've been curating retreats.
Okay.
Like individuals will come who have been dealing with some type of experience and say, I really need something. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what I needed. I was going on all of those retreats because I needed something like that.
Yeah.
So I've been doing these retreats where like I go with one person somewhere, and then I've done it with couples. I've done it with groups of women, like families of women, people going through things or people celebrating things or people like, what's the next phase? I have this level of success. So all these experiences I had, right, myself, I am now curating these retreats for people designed around these very similar instances.
Okay.
But I've been tired. Not definitely enjoying it, but there's a point when you're like, okay, there's a whole lot going out of me.
Yeah.
A whole lot's been going out of me. Where it was this, then go speak Eternia to them, and then go do this and this, and okay, where I wasn't even unpacking, or I'm packing for this trip, but I also packing for that trip. So when I fly in, I just
slide out.
Right. And I'm like, okay, everybody's doing well. And there are a lot of people in this healing space.
That's right.
Not everybody needs me, right? I don't have to take every client, do every experience, speak at everything that's being asked of me, even though I would love to go and speak at all of those places and do all of these things. Something in me right now, or over the past month, and life is good. My health is good. So again, sort of like when I was looking out the Mediterranean Sea.
You're having another one
Some
of
is
those
off.
moments.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And what I'm receiving is I must make space to allow in more of the love that people are wanting to give to me. So your prayers around that, your positive energy towards that, so I can just be in a space to continue being able to hear for myself,
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing my meditative drive across the country, and I've many friends have volunteered to make this trek with me.
This is a journey you have to be on by yourself. I want to thank you. Thank you for your beautiful spirit. Thank you for your generosity with the world. Thank you for providing so many gems and tips and so much wisdom to those folks who are listening. And thank you so much for showing up as your authentic self today. I appreciate you. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you more.
Same.
And I'm going to ask those who are listening to join me in traveling mercy. Join me in creating a bubble of joy and opening and secrets being revealed and love and adventure and fun and love and love and love for this trip.
Secrets and adventure and fun and love. I love it. It's all perfect.
Yes. To accompany Dr. Andrea Best on this next down the hallway to the door that is opening to whatever this next chapter is for you. I want to thank you for your time. We went
Thank you so much.
so much longer than I thought, and I've loved every moment of it.
Me too.
Thank you.
So much fun with you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely soul.